Hey friends, nice to see you on this beautiful and calm day. How are you? I'm Divyaratna. I study in standard 3rd. I am with the most favorite story. Dun, dun, that's Cinderella. By the way, I have a question for you. Do I look like Cinderella? Do you agree? If yes, so subscribe my channel as soon as possible. So come on, listen the story. I think you forgot to like and share my video. Do that too. And wait one moment. Leave your comment in the comment box down. I am thinking we should not waste our time and listen to the story. So, long time ago, there lived a girl named Ella. Ella's mother died, leaving behind the young and helpless Ella. So, Ella's father decided to marry again for the little girl. So, he married with a widow with 2 daughters named Hilda and Gilda. After the remarriage, Ella's father had to go on a long journey, so he said Ella to keep happy his mother and stepsisters. But wait, they were very mean, selfish and proud for themselves. After Ella's father left, they started treating Ella very badly. They made her do all the housework and dirty things. Meanwhile, they enjoyed themselves in every way. She prepared delicious food for themselves, but she was no more important than a maid in their house. She was giving the leftover food which her mother and sisters used to eat. She was punished for the very small faults too. After being free from her work, Ella used to sit beside the fireplace and wait until the wood turned into cinders. Ella's stepsisters used to mock her. Cinderella! One day, King decided to have a big party in the kingdom. The king invited all the beautiful girls in his country so that friends could choose one of them as his bride. Cinderella thought sadly and said to herself, "How I wish I have also been at the party." Cinderella humbly asked her stepmother for go to the party, but the stepmother said, "You have been here to mopping the floors and cleaning the dirty dishes." So leaving the poor Cinderella at home, the 3 of them proceed to the party. Cinderella felt very sad and she began to cry bitterly. Suddenly, a flash of light sparkled and a fairy appeared before Cinderella. Seeing the sorry plight for her, she said, "I know, Cinderella, you want to go to the party and you shall go to that. But how will I go to the party?" asked Cinderella very sadly. The fairy said, "I will whatever there is necessary for you to go to the party, I will do that only." Fairy waved her wand and a huge and large pumpkin appeared. Cinderella was utmost struck to see the big, huge and large pumpkin. Again, using her magic wand, she created 4 mice and 2 salamanders. She made 2 salamanders into coachman and 4 mice into horses. Then she again used her magic wand and waved to the large pumpkin, and the pumpkin became into the golden coach. But I don't have any gown to wear at the royal party. The fairy said Cinderella very sadly, at almost the stage of weeping. The fairy again waved her magic wand, and her old and dirty clothes turned into beautiful pink and magic gown. She again waved her wand, and there appeared a beautiful pair of glass slippers. Cinderella was very excited as well as she was very happy too. As Cinderella was leaving for the party, the fairy shouted, "Wait, Cinderella!" The fairy said, "This magic lasts till at midnight. You shall be back before that." Cinderella promised to obey fairy's command, and she set out for the royal party. When she made her entrance in the royal party, all eyes turned to her from her dazzling charm. No one could recognize her, even her stepmother or stepsisters too. Everybody thought that she must be a princess from far off the land. Cinderella's charm had a cast spell on Prince. He could not take off his eyes off him. He chose Cinderella for his dance partner. Cinderella was so happy dancing with the prince, but hearing the first stroke of the clock at the midnight, she immediately remembered what the fairy had said, and without the word of goodbye, she rushed out of the ballroom, and Cinderella ran down the steps as fast as she could. In a great hurry, one of his glass slippers came out her feet, but she was in a type of hurry that she could not turn for it. The prince tried to follow Cinderella, but she vanished in the thin air. Then Prince's eyes fell on the glass slipper lying on the stairs. He immediately picked the slippers up in his hand. The prince had fallen in love with Cinderella, so he called out his minister, "I want to marry the girl who was dancing with me at the ballroom." Prince commanded, "Go and search that girl which this slipper fits on." The next day, ministers took the slippers. Each and every girl tried that slippers, but sorry, none of them can fit it. Finally, they came to Cinderella's house. The 2 stepsisters also tried the slippers, but they did not fit it properly. When they were about to leave, one of them saw Cinderella. They politely asked her for trying the slipper. Luckily, the slip was fixed in Cinderella's feet. Cinderella's cruel stepsisters and stepmother were amazed and struck in wonder, but they were helpless now. one of the ministers said, "Come on, Cinderella, the prince is waiting for you." Cinderella was welcomed in the king's palace with a great honor, and they were married with a great show, and they lived happily ever after. Mama, I feel very hungry with this lengthy story. Oh, suddenly I remembered for this tasty dairy milk bar. Let's eat it before the mama comes. Okay, bye. Take your leave.